Good morning, good night, good evening, good afternoon. Yep, y'all know what it is. Another episode of Sleepless and Casey. And I'm trying to think, I, I think I drank my coffee at the regular time. I didn't drink it late, but shit, it's going to be time to get some more coffee in a minute. But since we're here, let's talk about some things that's going on. First thing, did you all check out either Marianne Laurent, I think is how you pronounce her name, or Lennon Honors? And the reason why I ask is what most of us already knew has finally come out. And I'm talking about y'all's boy Umar Johnson. Now y'all know I haven't liked him for a while. Now starting out, I thought that he was good for the community, but it didn't take long to see that he wasn't. That was long before he started collecting money for the school, right? He came here in Kansas City. I think he's been here like 2 or 3 times, might even be more than that. But I saw him one time. I think it was on the Kansas side. And, he was talking his bullshit then. I'm like, that was in like 2012. I seen him. And he was talking the bullshit he was talking. So I was like, nah. And there's many things that I just didn't care about him that he said, especially around like the conscious stripper when he was, just dragging her through the mud, not taking any accountability for sleeping with her, and which didn't make sense because it's like, okay, guy, you are single. Why are you trying to act like you're this holier than thou celibate man? Don't nobody care. But instead of just taking accountability, say, yeah, I did mess with this girl. He drug her through the mud and she has children. She had a son, and he's supposed to be this representation for black boys, but then you're gonna tear down the black mother. That didn't make any sense. So that was one of the things. And then a couple of years ago when the brat was pregnant, he had said something to the. I mean, the whole thing about them was disrespectful. But then he said something to the effect of, "Hey James, what's up? Good morning." He has said something to the effect of men should invade lesbian marriages. And I'm like, okay, one, you're calling for violence. How you doing, James, this morning? And why would you just be disrespectful like that? You said you glad it's Christmas. Christmas is over now. It's over. Well, it's over here. I don't know where you at. I'm glad it's over. But it ain't gonna be really over till like Monday. The stores are gonna be packed. That's good. That's good. I'm glad to hear you doing good. So then the other thing, so back to what I was saying about Lennon Honor or Marianne Laurent, right? Now we know you're in Florida. Okay, 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 okay. Were you the one I was talking to the other day that was a driver? I'm very bad with names. Um, But any man that just talks so horribly about men, or any man who talks so horribly about women, right? Like they can't do nothing right. Everything is wrong. They just got all this negative shit that they saying about women. And any man who just, what's the word? What's the word I'm thinking of? Just like overdo it. Oh, you're not the one. Okay. I think the other guy that came in when I was talking was from Florida too, but I'm not certain. But anyway, uh, that just what's when you out overdo it. Find this is my cousin's tablet. Oh, okay. All right. I got you. That overdo it uh about gays is gay themselves, because any confident any confident heterosexual man is not going to be worried about what gay people are doing, right? Well, it came out today that if you watch Mary Laurent, she was the one who did that movie. I guess it's supposed to be, I don't think it was like a documentary, but it's supposed to be some movie that was based on his life. And really, honestly, in my opinion, the movie was kind of horrible. But, that's fine. People's art is what it is. And she was saying that I guess he basically bamboozled her into doing a movie about his life. Like it was his idea. Then he basically bamboozled her into paying for the movie, footing the bill. Then once he, I guess, flew in, I can't remember where they said they was at, but once he flew in and he was there for 5 days. So according to what she's saying is that he was pissed off about the hotel accommodation, so he didn't come to the welcome party. Which now I believe that he was with his the homie. So then they recorded for 3 days, and then that fourth day or the fifth day, Marianne was saying that it was a young man who kind of looked like metrosexual, so probably sounds like a pretty boy, um, was there. Now at 2 in the morning, now check this out. At 2 in the morning, he was there to shampoo, condition, and sponge his hair. Now, I don't know too many straight guys that's gonna be cool with a guy coming over to the hotel room. One, where are you shampooing the hair at? And from what Marianne was saying, it sounded like it was a small hotel room. So it was basically a bed, a desk, a chair, a chair. So, and the thing of it is his hair was already done because he had just did the recording for the movie. So you got a man coming over at 2 a.m. Now your according to the story, your plane didn't leave till 2 p.m. the next day. And it don't take that many hours to shampoo somebody's hair. But my question is, where'd you shampoo the hair at? So it didn't sound like the room was big enough to have like a kitchen sink. So it had to be so. And okay, so she was also saying that I guess somebody uh they seen him the next morning, and the guy was still there like about 9. He gonna say, you really got, I'm just kind of really skimming through it really quick, but he was saying that it got late and the guy stayed the night and he slept on the couch. Well, Marianne, who rented the room for him, said there wasn't no couch in there. So my thing is, yeah, you hear this? This is mess. So he do all that talk. I'm telling you, anytime a man just go in and in and in on gays and women, they just can't find them. They always talk about man. They are whole homosexuals, and instead of just living in their truth, he wants. And then there was another. Okay, but okay, that same weekend, apparently he slept with a younger girl. I think the night before, and then put her out. And at 4 in the morning, something like that. So it's just I'm telling you, anytime that anyone, and it really ain't just the men, it's the women too, but the men, because the men be outdone. They just feel it's just too much. Anytime they do too much, they talk too much, it's always on their mind, it's always, they're the ones. They're the ones. And then supposedly, they're doing an investigation about all the money that he's been taking. But it's like, I don't know. I guess the black people, was thinking that he was going to get it together. And I mean, he probably, based on how much he has collected, he probably could have got a good start. But he was making it sound like he was expecting the people to continue to donate for the duration of the school, which that doesn't make any sense. So, but yeah, that's the breaking news. That he's a whole gay boy out here demonizing women when he could just live his life and live in his truth. And if you've been following Lennon Honor, who's been on his neck for years, where he interviewed Lene, which was the girl that he was involved, the woman he was involved with here out of KC. She was saying something about the fact that he wanted her to play with his booty. Now, in all fairness, that technically is not gay activity because it's a man and a woman. However, and then there's also uh rumor that he likes trans women, which would at the least make him a pansexual. I don't even think he likes like uh biological women. I think he likes guys, and there's nothing wrong with that, or trans women, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I think he needs to stop demonizing women and live his truth. That's just my thought. So I think the walls are gonna come down on him in 2026. First of all, he was talking shit about 50 cents. And 50 cents go hard, right? He is relentless. He is like my spirit animal because he be on that shit. And if 50 get a hold of Umar and all the fuckery, he might be the documentary too. Part two, I guess I should say. I just don't understand. I just don't understand what is up with him. But yeah, I think next year is going to be very interesting because now it's going to come out that he's a booty bandit, and they got an investigation coming out about all the donations. I know some people who donated to him. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. And it's been what, like 15 years? This nigga still ain't got no school. It's been 15 years. This nigga still ain't got no school. So that is bananas. So I think next year is probably going to be the year that He might be roommates with Brother Polite and Nature Boy and all of them. Because the conscious community, or like I like to call them, the unconscious community, it's slowly crumbling down, slowly crumbling down. Now the other thing that's kind of trending now, and see, this kind of goes with what I was saying last episode, right? About this cat whose hair I was doing. We had got into a conversation about politics. And like I said, I really only like to talk about politics with people who's not going to become unhinged. Because at the end of the day, I really don't care. You know, anytime that women's bodies is even up for political debate, why would I even want to be with that? So if I have a conversation, I study it. I study both sides and what they're doing and how they moving and decisions that they make, past, present, and future. But I'm not going to be a part of it, right? So now I'm seeing all up and down my timeline that everybody is mad at Nicki Minaj, right? And my thing is, and a part of me is like, okay, this is for content. This is for content. Everybody like becoming unhinged at what she's doing. You know, you gotta, and that's one of the reasons why I'm not a good content creator because make, I get on here when, uh, when I want to. And to be a really successful content creator, you always have to constantly have something to talk about. And sometimes I just don't have shit to talk about. And if you want to make money and stay relevant in these YouTube streets or in any social media, you got to talk about whatever's trending. And sometimes I don't give a shit about what's trending. So I've just come to the conclusion that, yeah, I'm probably not going to be one of those YouTubers that get paid for content. But hey, I do like running my mouth. That's why this is called Tanaje Talks. So at any rate, my view on Nicki Minaj and her um, interview, I guess, debut with the Turning Point with Erica Kurt. And here's my thing. At the end of the day, I don't care. I don't care. I don't feel a certain kind of way because she sat with Erica Kurt and she's now a MAGA or whatever. At the end of the day, I really don't care because I believe that people can do what they feel is best for them. I don't know that woman. I don't know her life. I mean, no more than what she's put out there, right? But I don't know her personally. And who am I to make a decision one way or the other, right? It just doesn't affect me. And again, I think that the reason why it's all up and down my timeline, I mean, I do think that some people really butt hurt over anybody that switches sides. And I said it in the last episode, I'll say it in this one. I am just so thankful that my parents did not force me or instill in me to be one way or the other. And therefore, I'm neutral and I don't give a fuck because it's going to be what it's going to be. It's going to be what it's going to be. So, I mean, I have my opinion about both sides. I have my opinion about MAGA. I have my opinion about the Democrats, to all of it. But I don't care enough to be unhinged by any of it or how anybody chooses to apply it in their life. you know. And then there was some people saying that she was on there to try to get a pardon from Trump. Well, okay, so here's the thing. Did she really have to go on Erica Kirk or the Turning Point to get a pardon? When don't you think that she could have just went directly to Trump? And what I heard was that what her husband did was state. It wasn't federal. So I don't think that the president can pardon state things. I thought he could only pardon federal. I guess it just really bothers me. Um, oh, okay. You back. It just really bothers me that people don't believe that people can just change their minds and that people, we're in the age of Aquarius. So the thoughts is shifting and how people had allegiance to one or the other. Now people are just moving based on whatever that they need to do. And it's not just out of allegiance to family or uh, groups or what have you. So I don't know, but some people really butthurt. You said, "Can you ask me a question?" Sure. Some people really butthurt over the fact that she was there, but then they was also mad at who was that? Was not it wasn't Jasmine Sullivan. It was what was that girl's name? How old am I? 54. Oh, oh, I can't think of that girl's name. I cannot think of this girl's name, but anyway, they was mad at her. They were just mad at. I don't know. I guess I'm just made a little different, where I just don't get emotionally invested in other people's lives and their decisions and their choices and how they move and who they date and who they sleep with and all of that. It could be content, but that's it. Content for a show. But for me to, yeah, that just don't make no sense. It just don't make no sense to me. It's like that cat whose hair I was doing. You know you did not. You said 16? You did not look at that picture and see no 16 years old. Maybe 46, but not no daggone 16. But yeah, it's surprising, but I guess it's not surprising that old boy got unhinged. All because we didn't share the same thoughts. It was kind of funny, but then it was uh disappointing too. You think so? Maybe, I don't know. That he will become just like outdone. Like, you really mad because I have an opinion different than yours? Because I don't really give a fuck about your opinion. We can have a conversation. But you really becoming unhinged that we have. Can I guess how old you are? Well, I don't know you, honey, so I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. But yeah, so it was like I said, it was kind of crazy, but he was big mad. And I think that's like a form of manipulation to get mad at someone because they don't think the way that you think. Or, you know what I mean? Like people 10. I don't know. You ain't even supposed to be on YouTube. I'm gonna call the police on you. Hi, Dom's creation. Oh, yeah. It don't even. I think it's a form of manipulation because if I'm having a conversation with someone, well, let's see, James Mary, you say I don't believe that you 10, but let me see. Okay, now you're not 10. You're gone. Um, because you should be able to have a conversation with someone, even if you don't agree with it. Even if you don't agree with it, just be like, even if you think, all right, this motherfucker's crazy, and you can even say that. Hey, Mickey, I can't see. You should be able to do that and come to what do they say? Agree to disagree. What's up, Mickey? I think that's what these letters are so. I need to get my. I'm an old lady, y'all. But people want to. They want to force you to think how they think and move how they move, and I'm just not. That's just not me. I would tell anybody in a minute, fuck off. But like I said earlier, I will be, and I wonder what's gonna come of the whole Nicki Minaj. I don't really think she care. I don't think she care what anybody thinks about what she doing. I heard that she's lost a bunch of fans, and I heard that she's gained a bunch of fans. But the thing of it is that, and I would imagine that most of the people who ain't fans with her no more ain't even in the politics, and the people that she gained probably ain't even into her music. But I mean, I like her music. That has nothing to do with her political beliefs. People, they just, I don't know. It's people are so bizarre. They're so fucking bizarre. That's why I don't fool with people. People bizarre and disappointing. Just with their whole thought process. And I think it's just gonna get even more bizarro and bizarro and bizarro. Hey, you guys, hit the thumbs up button. Help get me in the algorithm. Even though I'm not consistent on when I go live. But I can tell you what, I am glad that the season is over. Me and my daughter went to Walmart and then she said she got to go to Walmart this weekend. Not only just Walmart, but then Sam's Club too. I'm not going in. Yes, I am. I'm a woman. I'm a grown woman, 54 years old. I do not. I'm just gonna drive her. I'll be in the parking lot because there is no way that I'm going into the store this weekend when everybody's gonna be trying to take everything back that they didn't want for Christmas. Nope. But I'm gonna take her. I'm gonna take her. Trying to think what else. The season is over now. It's the new year. Make sure you all go and check out the other channel, Moral Chill. We should be going live tomorrow, sometime between 7 and 9. We're going to be talking about the church. Has the church been a curse or a blessing? But that'll be over at Moral Chill. And then also check out my astrology channel, Taja Astrology. All right. I just did a couples reading on Candy and Todd. I did their couples compatibility chart. And now I'm about to do, well, I have it prepped. I need to do the recording of Papoose and Clarissa Shields. That, eh, I'm not going to give any details, but that's going to be a very interesting reading, I will say. Very, very interesting reading, and I plan to do that tomorrow. So make sure y'all go over there and subscribe. Check out a couple of videos, hit the thumbs up button. Now that channel, I really want to get into the algorithm with the astrology channel. This here is just when I am bored and ain't got shit to do and can't sleep. And then the moral chill, I'm still trying to figure out what I'm gonna do with that because I really want it to be a panel where people could come on. Well, I have like 8 people who said they wanted to be on the panel, but it's not their priority. So I may have to pivot and do something else. But thank you. Same to you. Have a good night or good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're at, Mickey. Um, but I don't know. But just go subscribe to all the channels. Hit the thumbs up button. Hit some thumbs up buttons on some videos. Comment. Make some comments on the videos. But yeah, the reading, because I have my notes all together. I just have to do the recording. That's an interesting couple. That is an interesting couple. And I'm not gonna do the spoiler. But yeah, you definitely wanna, and then go to my website too. I got a website, tajiastrology.com. So check that out. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. But I guess I can't think of anything else. I had something else I wanted to rant about, but now I can't remember what it was. We talked about Umar and him being a booty bandit. We talked about Nicki Minaj and everybody becoming unhinged because she is a Republican or a MAGA or whatever fuck. And there's more so, my rant is that the people becoming unhinged. Christmas is over, thank goodness. But it's not going to be safe to go out until next weekend because this weekend is going to be a mess. Even though I need to go to the store, the grocery store should be okay. But it's like Walmart. Yeah, I got to see my grandchildren. My daughter sent me a video of the grandchildren opening up their gifts, so that was cute. It's so cute. I think it was something else. I just can't remember what it was. But oh well. This year I did get a chance to watch Scrooge. Every year I say I'm watching. I didn't get to watch all of it, but I got to watch a good portion of it. And it was still good. And then I watched it with the grandchildren, and we watched a few of the cartoons I used to watch when I was little, Christmas cartoons. So that was cute. I always say I'm gonna watch it and then I never do. You know what? I am kind of upset because I had got Netflix and I got Netflix to look at the 50 Cent documentary. And I just recently canceled it. But then I saw that what's his name? The comedian Dave Chappelle, his stand up dropped. And I typically don't even watch Netflix. That's why I canceled it. And I'm like, I'm trying not to pay for shit that I don't use. So I'm trying to be more economically mature. But I want to watch that too. So I don't know. Maybe I'll just watch it when I go over to my daughter's house. Because I really, I'm trying to eliminate as many bills as I can. And, you know, just not be, I have a whole bunch of bills. I don't have debt. I just have regular bills. I don't have debt. So that's good. But, I might want to start dating here in a little bit. I gotta have a little moolah to go out to date, go on dates and shit. But I'll change my mind in 5 minutes. So I will change my mind in 5 minutes. Oh, that was another thing that I saw today. So apparently, I know you all probably heard about the Passport Brothers, right? And I really hope I don't really engage in conversations with guys. Like I have a very small circle of guys that I have conversations with. And I really think that the majority of this is on YouTube. It's a YouTube thing. Now, I don't think it's just on YouTube, but I think the majority of it is on YouTube. And earlier this morning, so if for those who haven't heard, the Passport Brothers, or it started off, well, depending on who you ask, because they kind of switch up what they say, whatever. But the guys who couldn't mate up with women in America, well, there became a movement between the men's that they would go over to other countries and they're looking for the submissive woman to be their wives, right? And back in the day when I was little, it was just called a mail order bride. The men, so it ain't nothing new. It's just that you didn't have the internet. And so uh I don't know how they ended up corresponding like in writing, but then they ended up going overseas and they would get their wife and bring them back. And the women, this is like 70s, 60s, 70s, maybe the 80s. I don't remember really hearing about it in the 80s, but I know in the 70s, well, maybe in the 80s, late early 80s. And they would bring back their mail order bride, and she might be from an Asian country or wherever, just and they make her the wife. And so now, fast forwarding, they didn't came up with the Passport Brothers. So they would go to these countries and get them, a mail order bride. And but I think what's happening there is that they're staying there. And someone said today, because if they brought them back here, they would be corrupted. And it reminds me of the Eddie Murphy stand up. What was it, Raw, when he had that red leather suit on? And he was talking about going to Africa and getting him a girl, and you know, some years later, a little bit later, she done became Americanized and she wants the same shit that the American women. So it's, there's nothing new up under the sun, even though you would think all this shit is new by the way these motherfuckers is talking about it. But so so now I guess they're just staying in the country. And I guess it's countries where they don't really have a lot of money. So you could ball out there. And they're probably, yeah, because I guess men have a need to be wanted. And I guess and this is me on the outside looking in, because this is not, do not have a dog in a fight, because I do not date men. But from what I'm hearing, that since the men can't compete, or certain men can't compete with the high earning men here in with dating women, they're going over to, I don't want to say impoverished countries, but maybe countries that don't have as much resources, where countries where you can ball out on American salary. They're going over there and they're, being the savior and taking care of the things. So all that to say is that earlier this morning, and people had their feelings about the passport bros, and I mean, shit. I don't. Okay, so on a personal level, I don't care. I think people should do whatever they need to do to find love. But it's got to be some people that's gonna fuck it up for everybody. I do believe that you had some legit decent dudes that gave up on American women and they decided to go over to the country where they could feel wanted and all that shit, right? But there's always got to be some that fuck it up, and I think that the ones that fucked it up, they were murking the women over there, or they was bring some bullshit, you know. And so this morning there was a guy, I can't even remember his name, but apparently he was in Brazil, I think, and they ran in on him. I think it was a hotel room, or it might have been an apartment, but it looked like it was a hotel room. And they got him for child situations. The bullshit, the illegal child situations. And what the funniest part about it is when they when they took his head, I don't know, maybe they just do it different in Brazil. I don't know, maybe they didn't have, I don't know if that's what they cop cars look like, but they put that nigga in the trunk. They opened up the trunk, and it was an SUV. They put him, and I didn't get to see the whole SUV. Like, was it like a gate? But they put that nigga in the trunk. They didn't put it like here. They put you in the back seat of a cop car, right? And it's got the guard the frame thing, and separating the front seat where the cop be from the back seat where the perp be. In Brazil, these motherfuckers opened up the trunk of an SUV, and it wasn't even like a big space from what I could tell. I guess his ass wasn't going nowhere in that little bit space, but I thought that shit was funny. But yeah, so I don't, like I said, I had never heard this man before in my life, but I guess he considered himself a passport bro. And it's, guys like him. Some people said it was an adolescent. I heard someone say it was a 7-year-old. So, and that he's looking at, I think they said 36 years. So, bananas. This world is fucking insane. This world is fucking insane. Insane. So part of me wants to lay here until I can find sleep. But then the other part of me want to get up and move around, but then I know I'm going to be tired. Mm, I don't know what to do. More than likely, I'm probably just going because if I get up, I'm going to make me some coffee and then I'll never go to sleep. And I'll be back here same time tomorrow. I've really been considering dating again, but I don't know how that's going to go because people irritate me. And people are so disingenuous. And people be on bullshit. People be lying. And see, every time I think, okay, I want me a cute little thick girlfriend, then I think of all the bullshit. And I'm like, just stay single. So I wouldn't even say half and half. I'm 70-30. It fluctuates between 50-50 to 70-30. Because getting in a relationship requires, if you really, like I listen to these YouTube fellas, and initially I just think they're gay. Because how can, like, okay, so here's the thing. Men are mad about the song, about the WAP song. Is it WAP? Yeah. What? Yeah. This boggles my mind that men, straight men, quote unquote straight men, are mad about the wet ass pussy song. And I'm thinking, I don't get it. Like, one, it's a song, so it's art, it's music. But why would a man be mad that women are talking about their, and that just seems backwards to me. Now I can see gay men being like, oh, that's too much. Or but these straight men are mad that women are singing about they wet. I feel sorry for the straight women. Oh, they are mad. And what I see out here in these YouTube streets is that, and again, I'm hoping that it's just in these YouTube streets and it's for entertainment purposes only. I hope that it's not really happening in real life. But it's given men are from Mars. I don't know if they're not trying to get the women as far as like understand and comprehend what how to make a relationship work. I don't understand that. But I feel sorry for the women who date men. I would imagine that there are some good men out there, but numbers wise in these YouTube streets, these men are whack. And they want mm, mm, mm. I'm just glad it's not my situation. Cause good googly muggly. And what made me think about it is that recently I was listening to a panel and they was mad, still mad. They came out what 3, 4 years ago. And I absolutely love that song. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, are you kidding me? But these men, they are mad at everything that is a woman. And that's the part I don't get. Like, I don't get it. But hey, I ain't got a dog in the fight. Let y'all figure that shit out. Because I absolutely love women. Now, I don't like anybody that's a liar. But I love women. They're beautiful, smell good, feel good, taste good. Like, what the fuck is wrong with these men? Like, what the entire fuck is wrong with these men? I don't get it. I do not get it. And I just sit, usually I'm in the cut, in the chat. I've been trying to chat more because usually I just sit and watch, but the shit that they say, I'll be like, oh my god, it's sad and embarrassing. But hey, it is what it is. So I guess I'm gonna get my ass up off of here, off of this YouTube streets. It is, what time is it? Oh, 3:11. Wow. It's gonna be time to get up in a minute. And I'm thinking I'm laying here doing nothing when I could be up doing something. But then I'm tired. I don't really want to do nothing. I want to rest. I want to relax. But then I can't go to sleep. So, oh well. Make sure y'all like the video, subscribe, comment below, leave a red heart or the lips below, the lip prints below. Subscribe. Go to Taji Astrology. Go to Moral Chill. Go to TajiAstrology.com. And I will holla at y'all later. Peace.